Volcano experts describe a highly unusual eruption near Tonga, and the impact of a tsunami genesis in California. An underwater volcanic eruption near the Pacific island nation of Tonga unleashed a sonic boom that was heard thousands of miles away, pushing ash 100,000 feet into the sky and triggered a tsunami with effects felt as far as the west coast of the US. The powerful waves and toxic ash from the eruption will have a long-term impact on the lives of Tongans 40 miles from the eruption. Site closer to home. The resulting waves exceeded projections and rocked the marina at Santa Cruz, among other coastal impacts. To understand why the surge exceeded projections, and to learn about this unusually powerful volcanic event, CapRadio's Ed Fletcher interviewed Michael Poland, a USGS geophysicist at the Observatory Yellowstone Volcano. Can you explain what happened to trigger the tsunami? Michael Poland: there is the underwater volcano Hunga Ha'apai, there which has shown some intermittent eruptive activity since late December. And then on Saturday night local time, there was a very big explosion. It doesn't put much material in the atmosphere, but the explosion it produces is huge. Even pressure waves from this have been recorded all over the world. It also generated a tsunami which, of course, impacted the coasts of California, Pacific Northwest, Alaska, Hawaii. This is really seen throughout the Pacific, even in Japan. So it's really a noteworthy volcanic event, and what makes it even more interesting from a volcanological point of view is that it wasn't a major eruption. Not that a lot of material doesn't come out of the ground for this, but generates a huge explosion and tsunami for the amount of material that comes out. Do we know why the eruption produced a much bigger explosion than scientists thought? Michael Poland: well, it almost certainly has something to do with interactions with seawater. We don't have a good grip on the dynamics of magma-water interactions. That is something we still have a lot to learn. And that seems to be what drives a lot of what we see in this particular eruption. The plume gets very, very high, and is an enormous eruption cloud for the amount of material that comes out. And we've seen this kind of thing in other eruptions where water, especially seawater, mixes with volcanoes that are just above sea level or just below sea level. So the magma-water interaction must have played a big role in making this big explosion.